my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent continuous action towards attainment, and I here now promise to render such action. Second, I realize that dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in my physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily on the task of being the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of suggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expressions of practically detaining the object back of them. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily commanding myself with relative self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall develop sufficient self-confidence towards attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no will is position long endured unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all with effects. I will succeed by attracting myself to forces which views and the cooperation of other people. I will use others to serve me because my will is to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfish cynicism by developing collaboration because I know the that is toward that love is never success. All of others believe in me because I believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit to memory, repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that I will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so I will become a self-reliant, senseless person. Hoorah! Alright, 12 steps. This is a 12-step formula of minimum standards which, when followed with exactness in a positive environment, guarantees 24 plus transactions annually and unprecedented personal growth and achievement. 1. I dedicate 1 hour daily towards building and protecting my self-confidence. 2. I practice and realize my sales skills for living 1 hour each day. 3. I contact my sphere of influence by mail, by phone, and or in person, and by email quarterly. 4. I make 150 plus contacts per week, 30 plus per day, by phone or in person. 5. I follow all my qualified leads daily. 6. I accept 5 plus new points per week from buyers and sellers. 7. I completely pre-qualify 100% of my appointments. 8. I have an appointment to take the ratio of 50% greater. 9. I call my sellers weekly, reviews all of them every 3 weeks, and minus 5%. 10. I sell 75% or more of my listing inventory. 11. I return every site call and contact every buyer leading to every inquiry. 12. I work with highly qualified buyers who have been pre-qualified by a mortgage lender and assigned by a broker agreement. Earn more commission with less time with less energy spent. I recognize success on consistent action results in predictable outcomes. Therefore, I commit to following every step of the 12 steps to success. Tony Robbins, now I am the voice.
Now I am the voice.
I will lead, not follow.
I will lead, not follow.
I will believe, not doubt.
I will believe, not doubt.
I will create, not destroy.
I will create, not destroy.
I am a force for good.
I am a force for good.
I am a leader.
I am a leader.
Defy the odds.
Defy the odds.
Stand in stand.
Stand in stand.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up.
Alright, opening affirmations. I am a professional salesperson who gives whole soul. I use information to help my clients achieve their goals. I price honestly right. I focus on small wins every day. Real estate transactions are fun in any market. My ability to succeed. I get stronger with every step. I am the master of every situation. My confidence is unshaken because I live with integrity. I always have productive thoughts. I take excellent care of my body. I start each day with an abundance of energy. I am task-oriented. I set clear priorities daily. I know what I want and I get it. I try to enjoy greater financial abundance each day. My gratitude gives me unlimited financial success. I think prosperous thoughts. I am prosperous. I handle my money wisely and have profit every day. Taking action is easy for me. I am eager to start each day. I enjoy being debt-free. I exercise daily. I enjoy helping my clients succeed. I eat healthful foods. I'm a real estate expert. My employer expects me to be their real estate expert. I am professional. I am financially independent. I am proficient in helping others. I have solutions. Prospect is good for my business. I call inspires to sell my owners. Prospect is easy for me. I enjoy following my MRI. People are attracted to my enthusiasm. I use technology to see. I get mentally strong with every call I make. I'm an outstanding salesperson. I'm a powerful agent. I know how to succeed. I keep positive, excited, fun, and productive thoughts in mind at all times. Yes. Morning.
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 Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Kelby.
Good morning. Good morning.
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 Morning. Morning.
You're like, I'll keep going in this circle all day long.
It's crazy, huh?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, wins or successes? What gratitudes, victories?
I'll share something.
Ruby?
Hi. I got a new listing today.
Awesome.
So I'm going to,
Nice.
thank you. I'm going to view the property, and what feels good is when they call you and they say, hey, I need some advice on fixing up the house or what I need to do, and then we can put it on the market. And I said, I'd love to meet up with you. He's like, yeah, that's great. He's like, I'm gonna take a couple hours off of work and we'll do this. And I'm like, okay, that's great. And I was actually standing next to my mom when I was talking to them on the phone because they're SOI and I was following up. And so they agreed to meet up and they agreed to list the house. And then my mom's like, why do you work so late? You know, it was like 7 something, the jazz game was on, we were watching the jazz game. And I said, well, it's not you're working with real estate, you're working all the time. You don't really get a day off. She's like, oh yeah, sometimes you work on Sundays. That's not good. You should go to church more. It's like one good thing turned into like a lecture. It was really funny. But I'm grateful for them too, and it was a good moment.
That'll teach you to get a listing. When you get a listing, your mom's gonna tell you to go to church.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Who else? Okay.
Some people I've been working with for a while now, they just finally got with the lender and got approved, so it's a good start there.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Very good. Yeah. Cool. John?
I'm grateful for Team Aubrey. Last night we were making Christmas plates for our neighbors, and a couple of days ago my wife made some on her own, and tonight we made them together, and she just kept talking about how easier and funner and everything it was.
Nice.
It was
Aw.
nice.
Awesome.
That's so nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
job. That's all with Josh.
Yeah, so 2 things. I'm grateful for the sunrise this morning, but you guys were
Yeah.
all playing, totally missed it. I mean, maybe you saw this part. But,
Yeah.
I did see
But,
too.
you know, it just reminds me just to appreciate the little things, you know what I mean? And I mean, this is getting pretty deep here for morning ascent, but, you know, it's a good reminder that, you know, no matter what we're going through, when it's a storm, when it's raining, whatever, it's not gonna last forever, and the sunrise this morning was a good reminder of that, you know, all the awful smog and the weather we've, you know, just the bad air quality. To see that this morning was a good reminder, just if you're going through a tough time, just keep going, because it's not gonna last forever.
I love that.
And the same thing with the good times, when things are good, just enjoy it, because, you know, a lot of people have really good times, but they don't stop to really enjoy those moments, because those won't last forever either.
Yeah.
You know?
Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
And a couple wins, you know, Russ, I think when I was a brand new agent, I heard Russ say, it's kind of funny how the real estate gods work, because when you're doing real estate stuff and you just are active and doing it, it seems like things just fall and continue to go your way. And so, some people have heard me talk, you know, a few weeks ago, I just kind of jumped back in and started being extremely active. And I think last week I picked up 2 clients in maybe 2 days in a row. And then today I'm out with both those clients going to find houses, and they're both super motivated. So we'll probably have something in contract right
Wow.
away.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
cool.
nice.
Good job. Yeah, that's great. Congrats. Great.
I was just grateful for a quote that I recently learned that relates to this. Nothing grows without rain. Embrace the storms in our life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's way good.
Thank you. Awesome. Good. Anyone else?
I just want to say something.
Okay.
I'm grateful to be here, be back. I was negotiating, and today actually we have the talk from George about negotiation, but actually I was in my bed for 10 minutes. I was negotiating, should I stay and work from home or just come back? And for 10 minutes I was just trying to be able to stay, but at the same time I was listening in my background of George and all the teachings that I've been learning here the last 7 years. And actually I wake up, I turn on the message for today, and that was about negotiations.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing, very, very powerful message, and I think that's what I needed. And I never felt so strong and energetic, and to be able to keep going, because I think I've been taught so much for George and John.
Yeah.
You know, 7 years ago we had a chance, the luxury to have them close to us.
Yeah.
And I can't waste that. And my mind is that I need to take more action,
Yeah.
because I know what to do.
Awesome.
And I just need to go ahead and just learn and keep learning and be able to take more action and be able to have results, you know, and I think I can do that, and I feel so confident that, yeah, this coming year is going to be one of my best years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. Because, yeah, you're exactly right. So, awesome. All right. So just a couple of announcement things is just John Syatt will be doing base camp tomorrow. I'm not sure what his topic is going to be. I'm trying to find out, and we'll see if we can get that advertised. But he's on the schedule for base camp tomorrow. And I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, and the movie is here.
Oh yeah, the movie tomorrow. Yeah, as
And
well,
then again,
so.
Toastmasters. at
And
1 p.m.
Toastmasters.
Yes.
Definitely toast.
It's exciting. If anyone needs an application or needs to turn it in, please let me know.
Yeah.
Ton of fun.
Awesome. Okay. Well, good. So George has asked us from time to time to show some Mike Ferry videos, and this one in particular, we put this down, is talking about the upcoming year. And so I'm going to show you this video, but he's going to refer to this handout. So let me pass these out to you. Sorry, they end up with 2 staples in them because the copier is supposed to staple, but it only kind of staples. So some of them it worked, but others I had to go fix it. All right, so this is his 2019 market report that he's going to talk about here.
Cool.
Holidays right around the corner. We have a lot to do individually between now and that time. Obviously, a lot to do does not include Christmas parties, Christmas shopping, taking days off. A lot to do revolves around the work you're going to do to keep your business active and strong between now and December 31st. Last week, I referred to 12 steps in relationship to what we call a normal market. If you go to MikeFerry.com, there is a report that I have written, which I would like you to download. It's called Mike Ferry's 2019 Market Report. I'd like you to download it. It's 6 or 7 pages. I'd like you to read it. I'd like you to study it. I'd like you to understand it. If you have questions, send me a note and I'll try to explain it. This report can be used in a variety of ways. First of all, most importantly, to help you understand what 2019 is going to be all about for you and I as residential real estate people. That's really important. And to sit down with your broker, your manager, if you have a coach, and discuss the report and its effects, positive and negative, on you and what you're trying to accomplish. I had a conversation about 10 days ago with one of our coaches, Kristen Hamilton, out of Northern California. And she had, of course, read the report, and she said, Mike, can I use it in more ways than just for myself? I said, well, this report can be used if you're on a listing presentation and you're working with a seller that's unrealistic in pricing. Hard to believe that you could have a seller unrealistic in pricing. Read it, understand it, show them some of the normal parts of what they're experiencing to help them price it. It could be used, I told Kristen, for price reductions. Very important, because if you're looking at a price reduction, which in today's market, there's more and more price reductions than we've had probably in 5 or 6 years, this can back it up and take the emphasis of you being the tough person on the price and put it on Mike Ferry, which is fine. But then I said to Kristen, third, this is a great report to share with your database, your past client centers of influence. If you're doing the kind of job which we expect you to do with them, then of course this report comes in handy, because it's information that will influence your database in a very positive manner in relationship to you. We want you to look good, look strong, look professional in the eyes of your database. So what I did then is I picked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points for us to discuss today in relationship to your past client centers of influence. And I think the biggest thing that I try to stress is that if you're not working that database, which is two-faced, past clients and then centers of influence, and centers of influence being people you know who understand you, understand the business you're in, generally like you, trust you, in some cases love you if they're friends and relatives. These are people that should be a good source of business for you, as long as you are a professional salesperson. The past clients, of course, have already had an experience with you. And if you don't be if you're not contacting both these parties all the time, naturally somebody else who's out involved in lead generation could be talking to your past client centers of influence, therefore getting referrals from them, and therefore getting possibly a transaction from them. I don't think there's anything more discouraging for a good real estate person like yourself than to be driving down the street and you're near one of your past clients that you had sold a home to, and you see a for sale sign of a competitor. And then you go, darn it, how could they do that to me? And of course, the truth is we didn't follow up. And we don't follow up because there was a problem. So let's look at 7 thoughts in relationship to your database that I want you to think seriously about between now, December 10th, and the end of this month. Because this is the best time to contact all of your database. Thank you. It's been great working with you this past year. It's been great communicating with you. Is there anything I can do to help you buy or sell, or anybody you know? So here's what I wrote down first. Treat your past clients, centers of influence, with respect, because they're an asset that allows your business to grow. Every business has certain assets. You're a real estate entrepreneur. You have a business that you own. Whether you do a handful of deals or a lot of deals, you have a business you own. A business is always built upon the respect you have with and from, and that respect you give to the people you deal with the most. So therefore, I always say to every good real estate agent like yourself, treat them with a high level of respect. Give them valuable information when you communicate and talk to them. Yes, they may be your friend, maybe a relative, but everybody talks about real estate. Everybody understands real estate. Everybody communicates about real estate. You want to be the resource real estate center for your database. Number 2, I wrote down, don't hesitate to call the ones you haven't spoken to in a while. Whether it be a neighbor or a friend, maybe there was a falling out, or a past client. Because we know the last couple of years, towards the end of a transaction, it's not uncommon for a transaction to get a little sideways, get a little screwed up. It happens all the time. Title company, mortgage company, escrow company, insurance policies, something could go haywire. The other broker didn't communicate, the buyer got hesitant, you didn't do your job right. You gotta be talking to those people. And I have a simple script, okay? You call a past client where there was a problem, haven't talked to them in 6 months, you call, they answer the phone, hi, this is Mike, I owe you an apology. And they go, what for? Well, we had some problems at the end of the transaction, I want to apologize. They're going to 99.999% of the time say, oh, don't even worry about it. And you're right back into a normal conversation. I wrote down 3rd thought. We have to speak in person, on the phone, conversation, not text, not email, okay, not a letter, actual conversation, okay, at their front door, on the phone, with all of them at least 4 times a year. A real conversation. Now some of you say, well, I text. Give me a break, okay? I blog to them. Give me a break. They're my Facebook friends. I contact them through Facebook. Watch, human contact creates transactions. I think most of you finally have gotten the message now that yes, you could get a deal off Facebook. No question about it. But the human contact, the human conversation is what creates the transaction. 4 times a year. Okay, then I wrote down next, then you're going to send them a personal note or a postcard 4 times a year, and I have a simple little opening. Just want to remind you that I'm still in real estate. Who do you know that wants to buy or sell? And let me give you some information about the community, about the town, about the neighborhood, about what's going on. Then I wrote down next, if you're not going to call them 4 times a year, or you're not going to send them something 4 times a year, expect the fact that they're going to deal with somebody else. So take them out of your database. Quit fooling yourself. You don't have 150 names, you might only have 70. Okay? And then I wrote down next, always make these calls with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Because the world we live in is unfortunately a negative world. And if we can be very positive, excited, energetic, enthusiastic, in talking to the people that like you, love you, and trust you, and done business with you. That's what they want from us all the time. But then the last thought I want to give you, you know, there's a certain number of people in your database today. Let's say you have 400 names. There's a handful, could be 10, 20, 30, 40, that would give you good, solid referrals every year. So what I'm going to ask you to do between now and Christmas is go through every name. I don't care if you have 30, 100, 400, or 4,000. Go through every name. And if you have a check mark next to a name, it means that person, through communication, would give you at least one good referral every year. And I'll bet every one of us watching this Mike Ferry TV today has either a handful or a couple dozen that would give you a referral all the time. But those people, communicate with them 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe every month in 2019. These are people that are open and willing to working with you. So I want all of you to download Mike Ferry's 2019 report. It's on our website, mikeferry.com. Print it, read it, study it, use it with your past clients, centers of influence. Use it on a listing presentation. Use it to get a price reduction. Clean up your database dramatically between now and December 31st. It's going to be a fun 3 weeks. Not only is it we have a holiday season, but it's a fun 3 weeks because you're going to be one of the few that's working and doing deals. Talk to you next week. Thanks for today.
All right, what thoughts?
The hesitation of calling SOI because you haven't spoke to them in a long time.
Okay. Yeah, and honestly on that, I think one of the things that he said on there, I think which is good, is I think even calling and just starting with an apology. Hey, I called to apologize, and they're going to say, for what?
Yeah, not even if you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
calling and just saying, hey, you know, I've been thinking about you for a while. I'm so sorry I haven't been in touch with you.
Yep.
How are things going?
Just apologize for not staying in touch.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're going to say, oh, that's fine. No
Yeah.
worries. So,
I think people fear that. I love calling my SOI.
Good.
Even though when you realize they've used someone else, you know that you've dropped the ball and it's been a long time. And just even reminding them, they might have used someone else, but they might use you in the future if you continue communication with them.
Yeah. Perfect. Good. What else?
SOI has been my least favorite, you know, but this past year, I've really been working hard on them. I'm calling them right now, and it's so interesting to have this, probably a few of these, but like I have this one guy in particular I can think of that I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to call him. Maybe I'll text him, and I was like, nope, it's okay, just gonna call him. So I called him, and you know, all these thoughts going through my head. And it's not like he doesn't like me or anything. It's just he's just kind of a gruff, straightforward guy. And I called him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll refer people." Like he was so positive. Yeah. But the funny thing is, I keep notes on my SOI. And I looked at my note from the last time I called him, and I put really nice, very helpful, and I'm like, why did I forget that? So anyway.
That's awesome. No, it's great. Thank you.
What I liked, Russ, is nothing he said had to do with technology. I don't care if, I mean, it doesn't matter if technology is going to be a hurdle to get over. You know, can't log in, whatever. This thing doesn't work. All I have to do is call him up and send him a note 4 times a year.
Yeah, and in fact, one of the things that yeah, exactly. One of the things I caught that he said too is some of those people you should be calling 9, 10, 11, sometimes 12 times. Yeah, every month. So, anyway, good. Any other thoughts? Okay, I'm going to do a brief commercial for you then. And the thought that I had watching it just now, I didn't think about it before, but is on Thursday I'm going to be teaching a class on working your sphere of influence. And here's what, and some of you I know have been through it, but
fantastic class, best class I've ever had on that so on.
Okay, let me restate that. John's going to give a commercial. Good, but thank you. But that's what I will. Here's what I will say to you is This is the learning curve, and the process that will teach you if you'll come on Thursday is designed to get your sphere of influence ramped up. Now, to get it to this point is going to take probably 6 to 9 months before what I'm about to say will take place. But if you will do it, there's four protocols that I give to working your sphere of influence, that if you will follow them, I will promise you from this point on. So it may take you 6 to 9 months to get it to this point, but from that point on, if you're not making at minimum 6-digit income, so at least 100 grand a year, what I know is after that class you are not following what I teach in that. So anyway, Thursday 10 o'clock, if you want to come, 10 until noon is what we'll be doing, and I'm going to take you through this process, and it's not difficult, but it's got 4 protocols. Protocols are more than rules. They're required conditions, and if you'll follow them, it will work. So, and with John's endorsement, it's the best class he's ever been.
You going to talk about the dice?
Yep.
No, just real quick.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
So part of the problem that we have of working a sphere of influence, what he's talking about, is I'll do an exercise of showing the difference between an open system and a closed system. And most of us work our SOI as an open system, which, think of an open system as basically that's how Las Vegas works. It's an open system, but the odds are in whose favor in Las Vegas?
Vegas.
The casinos. So they don't care if you win. They just want you to show up and put money in. As long as you're showing up and putting money on the table or in the machine, they win, because they understand that's an open system. And most of us work it in an open system, but meaning we're on the wrong side of the table. And I'm going to show you how to work it as a closed system. And if you work it as a closed system, now it works in your favor. So anyway, is that what you wanted me to say?
Basically.
All right.
Is that in here?
Yeah, we'll just do it in here at 10 o'clock on Thursday. So, yep.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, and we know who the stalwart ones are that are going to make money right in January, right? So, okay. Well, let's close it up here. All right. I succeed. That's my goal.
I'm optimist. I like talking to people. I know it's important to me. I remember people's names. I have a native client and I follow it. I am passionate about real estate. I know consistency is my greatest tool. I like asking questions and listening. I enjoy reading to improve my sales skills. My thoughts and my emotions act as results. I focus on my dreams daily. My presentation is powerful and persuasive. I improve my skills daily. I am happy. I love the prospects and future of my business. I see my future is awesome. I love my life. I am grateful and thankful. I control my future. I believe in me. I feel outstanding. I use my beliefs and opportunities daily. I get things done. I provide excellent customer service. I drink water daily. I connect with people. People love me. I love others. I am disciplined and accountable for my daily schedule. I prospect daily. I set appointments daily. I'm a master persuader. I achieve my goals. I'm a real estate rock star. I am passionate about my life. I live every day with purpose. I'm confident in my sales skills. I know my destiny. I'm healthy and strong. I'm powerful. I'm unstoppable. I keep positive, excited, fun, and productive thoughts in mind at all times. Yeah! Morning. And I'm back. Morning.